Hi everyone, what's up AB Squad? This is your boy Abbas. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to AB React. So guys, we are here to check out this particular one, and this one is titled The View. Okay, Sonny Hostin gets scolded. So if you know you're ready to see this one, do all to smash your like button, join the family, join AB React by clicking on your subscribe button and also on your notification bell so you don't miss out whenever I upload a video. Alright guys, let's go and see this for ourselves.
Sonny Hostin tried her best to derail a meaningful conversation. But what happened next will go down as one of the most epic shutdowns in daytime television history. From twisting words to bringing up unrelated controversies, Sonny was clearly trying to stir the pot. But Killer Mike? He wasn't having any of it and responded with facts, composure, and dignity that left her speechless. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. It started like any other segment on The View. Sonny Hostin was ready with her gotcha questions. The audience sat quietly, and the panel was all smiles. But things quickly took a turn when Killer Mike began talking about the importance of focusing on local elections, rather than getting caught up in the soap opera of federal politics. He made it clear that hyper-local leadership impacts communities far more directly than the theatrics of Washington. But, you know Sonny, she couldn't let him finish without turning the conversation toward herself. Right in the middle of a thoughtful point, she interrupted with her trademark. Well, as a former prosecutor, which is code for, I'm about to make this about me. And then came the long pause, the dramatic pivot, and the loaded question about Killer Mike's past. A past incident completely irrelevant to the topic at hand. Killer Mike didn't flinch. In fact, his response was a masterclass in composure. He calmly addressed the question head-on, saying, "You can dislike me, but don't lie on me." Boom. The audience reaction said it all. Sonny's smirk quickly faded as she realized her usual tactics weren't going to work this time.
You know, I'm a former prosecutor.
Yeah.
And there were some other headlines that came out. And I was very upset about it.
Yeah.
Because it was unnecessary. And you don't do that on that special night.
Yeah.
Especially for what I read about.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to ask you is, there was an incident at the Grammys. It led to you being taken out in handcuffs and arrested. That was wrong. Obviously, it's an ongoing legal matter, so I don't know how much you can say about it.
Well, as a prosecutor, you know I can't say it.
You can't say much. But can you just give us some sort of description? Because people are saying they're talking too much.
I think the backstage was overcrowded. I think the winners were exuberant. And I think security got a little overzealous, and that's all. It's all, you know, it's water under the bridge for me.
Yeah.
But I like to say all of my heroes have been in handcuffs. Malcolm, Martin, Mandela, Medgar. So, you know, I walked out with the same dignity and respect that I walked in with.
But Sonny wasn't done. She shifted gears and brought up his comments about President Biden, accusing him of being overly critical and refusing to endorse him. "What's your holdup?" she asked, with that trademark condescending tone. It was clear she was trying to paint him into a corner, but once again, Killer Mike didn't take the bait. Instead, he responded with a thoughtful and articulate explanation. "My priority is local leadership," he said. "I'm focused on my community and what's happening in my city. If there's a candidate I believe in down the road, I'll support them. But right now, my focus is on Atlanta." It was a simple, logical answer, one that didn't align with the narrative Sonny was trying to push.
I would implore people to just take that from it. Don't dwell on the bad stuff. And the next morning, I spent 3 hours kind of by myself. You know, you're waiting. And the police say, "Oh my God, we've never gotten this many phone calls. People won't have to go to protest. We'll have to move you." They're panicked, and I'm just kind of sitting there, and I begin to invoke thanks. I thank God for bringing me where I was. I thank God for putting me in a space, believe it or not, by myself. Well, I got out that night. I walked out to my wife in the rain. It was like a romance movie. It was dope.
You got some attention recently for being somewhat critical of President Biden, saying you weren't ready to endorse him yet. What's your holdup there?
Was my hope? Well, first of all, I think everyone should focus on hyper-local. We get caught up in the soap opera of federal elections, and that's fine. But if you are concerned with the federal election, you don't know who your city council or your wardsman is, you don't know who your mayor is, and you don't have a good list of state representatives or governor, then you're just a part of whoever wins the Super Bowl or fanfare. So my most important election is going to be in about a year and a half for who's my mayor going to be. I think that Andre Dickens is doing a great job around housing in Atlanta, and I don't want that to be lost. Even though we have a Republican governor, Brian Kemp, I have a good relationship with him. I like what he's done in terms of Georgia business. We've been leading business amongst all states for the last 10 years, and he brought back the Hope Scholarship and expanded it. So if you're a kid in Georgia, you're poor, you got a B average, you can go to college for free or trade school. In terms of nationally, I'm just kind of doing what my grandfather said, staying out of white folks' business and watching what happens. You know, I'm going to see what happens. If there's a candidate that pops up around September, October that needs a push that's really, and policy-wise is good for us, going to jump up. But for right now, I just don't want to be involved in the soap opera because I'm much too concerned about what's going on in Atlanta on a hyper-local level.
By this point, you could see Sunny's frustration growing. She started talking over him, cutting him off mid-sentence, and even trying to twist his words. It was almost embarrassing to watch, but Killer Mike remained unfazed. "Criticize me all you want," he said, "but don't twist my words. That's misinformation." The audience erupted in applause, and Sunny was left looking like she just lost a game of verbal chess.
So
you lost me a little bit with your support of Kemp, but let me tell you this.
Not supportive
some of
Kemp.
his policies.
I mean, that's some misinformation. You cannot like me, but don't lie on me. I saw someone I really respect, a black woman who's a commentator.
So you don't support him,
and
you
she
like
said,
his policies.
Well, I support
Some specific ones he named.
Beyond that, he's the governor of my state, so I have to be involved with him because I can't divorce myself. But let me say this. If you criticize someone, don't lie. Don't say I didn't support Abrams because I did. Don't say that I don't support Democrats because I've helped get 3 Democratic mayors elected. I've helped get 2 state representatives elected. But if someone is in the king's seat, I'm not going to not have dinner with the king on behalf of my people. I have to do that.
Let me just point some of Biden's achievements out for the black community. Black wealth is up by 60% relative to pre-pandemic, the largest increase on record. Has helped 8 million renters and their families stay in their home, over 40% of whom were black, and the largest effects in majority black neighborhoods like yours. Delivered investment of over $7 billion to support HBCUs, put $1 billion into Head Start. Whoopi's gonna like that. A program where more than 28% of children and pregnant women who benefit and identify as black. So those are Biden's accomplishments. And
what made this exchange so powerful wasn't just Killer Mike's ability to handle Sunny's interruptions. It was the way he turned the conversation back to the bigger picture. He spoke about the need for honesty and respect in political discourse, emphasizing that twisting someone's words or bringing up their past isn't just unproductive. It's downright disrespectful. And just when you thought Sunny might finally back down, she tried one last time to steer the conversation. But Killer Mike wasn't having it. Let's be honest. This isn't the first time Sunny has tried to dominate a conversation with her prosecutorial tone and endless interruptions. But this time, it backfired in spectacular fashion. Instead of making her guests look bad, she ended up exposing her own inability to have a respectful, meaningful dialogue. It was a bad look for her, but a great reminder for the rest of us about the importance of listening. It's moments like these that remind us why shows like The View continue to face criticism for their lack of balanced, thoughtful discussion. Instead of fostering meaningful conversations, the hosts often seem more interested in creating drama.
Alright guys, that was another good one, and if you really enjoyed that video as much as I did, do well to smash your like button, join the family, join AB React by clicking on your subscribe button, and of course on your notification bell so you don't miss out whenever I upload a video. Alright, everyone, I can't wait to see you in my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed, don't go away, don't touch that dial. Bye guys.